Shop Macy's VIP sale, going on now. Use your coupon or Macy's card and take an extra 30% off the latest fall trends from designers that rarely go on sale. And save 15% off skincare, makeup, fragrances, and more. Plus, shop fall specials for even more great deals on top brands at Macy's. Savings off regular and already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
This is Scott Becker with the Becker Private Equity and Business Podcast. We come to you daily with short business episodes, interviews with brilliant private equity and business leaders. We also try and make sure you learn something. You're also a little bit entertained. We're going to talk today about a subject that's near and dear to many of us, and this is customer and people concentration, a couple core thoughts. So one of the things that people always talk about in business is being too fragile because you have too high of customer concentration, or you're too highly reliant on a couple of people, the best people on your teams. And here's a couple of the points in this that I think aren't often explored well enough. First, obviously, having too much of your revenues in any one customer is a real challenge. Over the years, people used to talk about the businesses that were built around selling to Walmart and having Walmart getting tougher on them. More recently, you saw something like Medical Properties Trust that was heavily reliant on Steward Healthcare and just too much customer concentration with one huge tenant. And people talk about this often. It's often the case, particularly any business, particularly a starting, growing business. You're almost always really reliant early on a couple of core customers and a couple of core employees. The most important thing to think about here, as you have investors, as you have others, as you have the fragility of being over-reliant on key customers and key people, the most important to think about is the word "and." So many people think that it's either those customers or all their other customers. It's either those people or their other people. And what we try and stress is you have to do everything you can to double down with your great people and with your great customers. So don't shy away from the customer concentration and don't try and address it by chasing those great customers out. The best businesses in the world learn the word "and." So I served on the boards of a couple of companies a long time ago. One of those companies had at their leadership team probably 7 to 8 people that were just extraordinary. The other one had one person who was extraordinary. In the long run, the team was 6 to 8 that were extraordinary, ended up being highly successful for decades and decades. The other one at some point filtered out. And the key here, really, the lesson here is not so much that being so reliant on any one person is good or bad. It's not a good thing. But the key is not to lose that person. It's to keep that person, double down on that person, double down on that customer, and grow more great people and grow more great customers. So when I hear people talk about customer concentration, or I hear them talk about leadership and say, she is so important, he is so important, that's okay. That is great. The key is not that you devalue the importance of that person or devalue the importance of that customer, rather it's doubling down on those people and those customers and adding more great customers and great people. So I think that the key to me is to constantly look at this as an expanding pie, an and type of thing, not an or type of thing. And I'm not sure everybody looks at it that way, but we ascribe to that concept. Keep your great customers, double down on them. They're impossible to replace. Keep your great people, ride or die with them, but also look to add to their teams, not to win by trying to get rid of or become less customer conscious by getting rid of your most important customers or your most important people or somehow devaluing them. It's the opposite. Value them so much and add more people and more customers around them. Thank you for listening to the Becker Private Equity and Business Podcast. Thrilled to be here with you. Text Scott Becker at any time with ideas, 773-766-5322. Or if you want a free copy of our book, The Entrepreneur's Edge, How to Build, Grow, and Manage Your Business. Thank you for listening.
Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts for the power, performance, and reliability of a new Superstart battery. Visit O'ReillyAuto.com.
Oh, 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 O'Reilly Auto Parts.